Hello viewers, you're welcome to another edition of the N.O.W show, the show for overcomers and winners, taking you on a journey to becoming the better version of you created. My name is Abosede Osho, your regular host, and I'm here today on what I term my solo episode. So I don't have a guest, I don't have a partner, so it's just me talking. And what am I talking about today? I'm talking about wounds. Wounds to wisdom, turning your wounds to wisdom. What inspired this topic? I was going out on a road trip with some dear sisters of mine, and we got talking about this journey of life, the things that happen to us, things that get thrown at us, and we just veered into this, and she said, look, you know what, as human beings, things happen to us, and there are three wounds that we must heal from, and that is what inspired today's topic. So what are wounds? Wounds are injuries, or it can be an experience, something that's happened to you, you've been battered, so it's a wound, it's something that you need to recover from. It's as a result of an activity or as a result of some form of relationship, and what are the wounds that we need to heal from? So injury and offense is a wound, when somebody does something to you, which is really where we are going to today, and what are these three wounds that we need to heal from? The first one is family wounds. Second one is marital or relationship wounds. And the third one, church wounds. It can be, let me say, maybe I won't call it just church because of those who are not Christians. I will call it your place of worship wounds. So it could also happen, for example, in the mosque, or wherever people choose as their place of worship. So place of worship wounds. Offense. Jeez. Family wounds. I'll talk about family wounds first. Family wounds, it can be from parents. A lot of parents have hurt their children, either by strict upbringing, what the parents consider to be the proper upbringing, but it's been tough on the children, and they are living with the offense. They are carrying over this offense, these wounds that have been unleashed on them, as I would say, by parents. Parents have made children to choose the wrong vocation because they were insisting that there must be some course of study that those children must read, irrespective of what their paths were, what they felt was where they had their strength. So you have this, coming from, and you also have, apart from parents, family members who have hurt us, who have thrown things at us, that I've heard of, siblings who are not talking to themselves, siblings who cannot even bear to sit in the same room. I'm not judging, whatever has happened with you, whatever the offenses, whatever the injury that came from a family member, your feelings are valid. They are valid because you are the one that feels whatever was done to you. I mean, I have seen my own part of family wounds. I mean, in various ways, I have been wounded, and I know that sometimes when you have those wounds, even being in the same space with who has injured you, is a lot. Some people can't even bear to do that. They don't want to be in the same space with the same people. You just want them to go on their own, and it's okay. But love keeps us together. When you have the love of God, it helps you to deal with this wounds. It helps you to overlook the offenses, to overlook the injury, to overlook the offense, that was done to you. Like I said, it's valid. You have every right to feel the way you're feeling, especially when you've hurt so badly. It's good to accept that, yes, this person hurt me. And if you can talk about it, it's good to call this person and talk about it. Even where is children to parents. I think a lot of children decide to bottle these things up and allow it to affect them. They don't even want to discuss with their parents. It's okay to say, Mom, Dad, I need to talk to you. I need to express my feelings. I need you to know that certain things happened in the past, and this is the way that I feel about them. And truly and honestly, even listening to them, you might find out that what you took as an offense shouldn't even have been an offense. What you took as an injury shouldn't have been an injury, and everything like that. But in everything that happens to us, we learn. Like I said, I've had my own fair share and I've learned lessons. It's not everyone who is blood that at the end of the day acts like blood. I've seen where blood has acted in such a way that I've asked myself, wow, really? What could be so bad? What could be so bad that family would choose to hurt another member of their family so badly? It is well, like I said, our wounds, we can turn them to wisdom. So we need to heal from every family wound that we have been dealt with. Let's think of the love of God. Let's forgive. Let's forget. Let's move on. Yes, it's okay to say you don't want to be in the same room with this person. It's okay to say, let them go on their own, you go on your own, and everybody maintains their lane, and everything like that. But learn the lessons and move on from those lessons. Don't let it hold you down. Marital wounds. Gosh, people have been in marriages where they've said to themselves, how did I find myself in this? Why? Because of the offenses, because of the injuries that were being inflicted on them. Not even physical injuries, emotional, There's a lot of abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, financial abuse, emotional abuse. All of this come under marital wounds. And if it happens, you can heal from it. You need to heal from it. And some other people is just being in relationships that they've been in. You find people who have been in relationships where, they know that they have been oppressed in those relationships. They have been suppressed. It's like, especially when they've been in relationships with people with narcissistic behaviors. Wounds that we suffer toughen us. No pain, no gain. There's been pain, there is a gain from that pain. So focus on being healed. Focus on the tough thing. Focus on the outcome. Don't, keep looking at that outcome of you becoming a toughened individual, a toughened person who is wiser. That's why we said wounds to wisdom. Who is now wiser, who has learned from their experiences, from those afflictions, from those things that were thrown at them, is for you to be a better person, for you to come out tougher. So we're created to ponder on things before taking action. So whatever happens with us, let us ponder. Let us be still. Let us think through before taking action so that we do not regret the outcomes. People have taken decisions to cut off, to sever relationships from people that are close to them that ordinarily they should not have done that, but for the offense. Fine. And these people now pass on. They go on to glory, pass on to glory. Death does not give any notice. People have had regrets. They have had pains. They have had regrets saying, oh, had I known, I would not have taken this decision that I took. People cut off their parents and say, I won't talk to them. Then they hear the bad news that, their parents have passed on, either the mother or the father, and they never got a chance to reconcile or a chance to say sorry. Or a brother or a sister, to say sorry. Do not think about the outcomes. Let whatever we pass through, let us ponder before we take action. And let's not take action that we are going to regret. Because at the end of the day, every wound can be turned into wisdom. You can heal from every wound. And healing is available to you by the help of God who created us all. He has made us in love. We're supposed to use His love to love others and ensure that that love that we carry keeps us going. So, relationship wounds are even easier to heal from than marital wounds, because they say that a broken engagement is better than a broken marriage. When you find out that this relationship is wounding you, it's better to get out of it. It's easier to get out of a relationship than getting out of a marriage. When it's a marriage, so much is invested. Sometimes there are children involved, there are families involved, both families and things like that. So there's so much more to think about compared to when it's just a relationship that you're in, but you have not gone into being married. So that wound, I believe that should be easier to heal from than a marital wound where but both at the end of the day, you just have to heal from this all wounds that we're talking about to be a wholesome person, to be the person that God ordained you to be. Remember that we talk about you being on a path, on a journey to being the better you that was created. And to be the better you that was created, you must heal from wounds. Turn your wounds to wisdom. The third wound, like I said, place of worship wound. It can be church, it can be mosque, it can be wherever you choose to worship. Whatever religion that you are in, and that's where there's suppression, there's oppression. People are being in organizations or in place of worship where they have felt very oppressed. They did not have a voice, and sometimes some people have to even deal with what I call wrong prophecy. Somebody comes and gives a prophecy that distorts your entire life, your entire being, that questions who you are as a human being. Meanwhile, it's from their own knowledge. A lot of people give prophecies that are not from God. They will tell you that they have heard when they have not heard, and they have gone on to inflict wounds on people. Are you one of those? Has that been done to you? My brother, my sister, I tell you, you can heal. Heal from it. No matter the wound that you have been inflicted, in order for you to become the better you. You were not created to be somebody carrying on with wounds, carrying on not be that person that you were ordained to be. There's so much inside of you. We are all for signs and wonders, and you will be for signs and wonders. So heal from these wounds. Like I said, turn your wounds to wisdom. Wisdom that you learn from, wisdom that you glean from, wisdom that you use in helping others, in saying to them that, you know what, I have been here before, and I can tell you that it's something that you also can heal from. You also can overcome. That's why we say that you can be an overcomer, you can be a winner by healing from every wound that has been inflicted on you. And God will help you to heal. Yes, your feelings are valid. Some wounds are deep, but no matter how deep the wounds, you can heal. Choose to heal. Choose to heal. Turn your wounds to wisdom. Until I come your way again on this my solo editions, I'm your regular host, Abosede Osho. Keep being you. Be the better you created.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video. And if you haven't, subscribe to the N.O.W Show channel today and hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any video that is uploaded. Thank you for watching.